Well, hello and welcome to the World Complexity Science Academy Journal's very first video podcast in a series. I'll be your host today, Ryan Gotro, coming from the lovely Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia. If you are a fan of Trump as much as I am, you're going to love this next guest. We got Dr. Farooq Kperogi, and I don't want to waste any more time. Let's go. Dr. Kperogi, hello.
Hi, Ryan.
It's truly a pleasure to have you. So, Dr. Kperogi, I was reading the most recent article that you wrote for the World Complexity Science Academy Journal, and I really want you to tell our readers about it. What can you tell us?
Well, it's an exploration of the emergence and flowering of a phenomenon that I call theocratic populism in Nigeria. And the global audience is going to connect to this topic because almost everyone knows about a terrorist group called Boko Haram. It's a terrorist group that emerged in 2009 and that has been ravaging Nigeria. So I tried to explore the philosophical, religious, and political roots of this body. And it actually happened from 1999 when, for the first time in a long while, someone outside of the dominant power circles in Nigeria, a Christian from the south, became president. And he became president because northern elites who had dominated political power in Nigeria chose him to succeed a military dictator who was a northern Muslim. And because the reason for that are all encapsulated in the article. So a few years after the emergence of this southern Christian as president, something happened. The Muslims who helped him to power felt alienated politically. And one of the ways to get back power, or at least force some concession from this Christian southern president, was to declare Sharia, that is Muslim laws, in predominantly Muslim states in Nigeria. And that became very popular with the masses because it was framed as a fight to reclaim a lost heritage, which is the Muslim heritage that is centuries old in northern Nigeria. And they railed against the corrupt political establishment. Although the people who are doing the railing were themselves part of the political establishment, it resonated with a lot of people, with the masses of the people. So it was a fight between the elite and the people. And that's why I framed it as theocratic populism. It's populism with the garb of religion. And religion is a very emotive issue around which a lot of people, relate. It resonates with a lot of people. It's people's identities in Nigeria, particularly in the north, is wrapped around religion. So that worked.
Absolutely, and that is fascinating the way you explained it. Is there any way you can connect it to some of the actions of President Donald Trump as of late? And today's June 3rd?
Yes, absolutely. I have seen a lot of parallels between Trump's politics and the theocratic populism that I studied in northern Nigeria. Populism, by political, it's a way to gain political power by exclusion. Political hegemonies by exclusion. And religion is a very powerful emotive force in many countries of the world. The the United States is reputed to be exceptional in advanced democratic nations in terms of its affiliation to religion. Most countries in Western Europe are not religious. So any politician who wants to appeal to the people through appeals to religion will not be successful. But the United States, part of what's called the American exceptionalism, is that it's still very highly religious in ways that are redolent of countries in the third world. And so appeals to religion work really well politically. And Trump's use of religion, in this case Christianity, which is a religion that a lot of people subscribe to, or at least are emotionally affiliated with, works. So he's going out in the White House, tear gassing peaceful protesters, and having a photo up with a Bible he does not read, and behind the church he does not attend, has a lot of symbolic importance to people for whom religious authoritarianism is, appeals. So that's why, it would shock a lot of people that Trump has a lot of support base in Nigeria. He has a huge, large, enormous support base in Nigeria because Nigeria is riveted by religious divisions, and a lot of the Christians, particularly in the South, see him as a champion of Christianity. They see him as a person who is sticking it up to Muslims, who is fighting for to preserve the sanctity of marriage, although they don't know he doesn't care about such things personally. They think he's a person who is fighting to preserve the right of the unborn child to live, although he himself has admitted publicly to paying someone to abort a child, but that doesn't matter. And the rhetoric is that God is using him, as imperfect as he is, God is using him to achieve divine things on earth. So he's extremely popular in the Christian South, in Nigeria, in the central states. So I see a lot of parallels between that, and usually from my study of theocratic populism, when leaders are challenged, they have legitimacy challenges. They are not being accepted. One of the things that they invoke to appeal to the people is this idea that others are the elite group, they are the establishment, they are the people who represent degeneration, they are immoral, they represent moral decline, and that, so the populist positions him or herself as the person who is the spark to bring about societal rejuvenation. And so this dichotomous rhetoric of the establishment, which is supposedly anti-people, and then the people, who are the majority. And the populist is usually a charming personality who exploits the symbolic resources in the society. And in this case, the symbolic resource that a lot of people identify with is religion. Religion is a very emotive issue. It's not just about the rituals of worshiping God, it's also identity. Identity is embedded in religion. So it's a very effective tool to get people to identify with your cause. So that's precisely what Trump is doing. It's what Muslim leaders in Nigeria did, and it's what a lot of people. So populism traditionally is studied in terms of politics, in terms of the rhetoric of us against them, the us who are the majority, and then who are the minority but who hold political power. That's how it's often, presented to the people. So I see a lot of parallels.
This is fascinating. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Ryan.
What'd I tell you? It's fascinating stuff, right? Well, if you guys are interested in joining us here at the World Complexity Science Academy Journal, go ahead and visit us online, wcsaglobal.org. There you can find submission guidelines, author guidelines, ethics policies, anything else you might need. Go ahead and email us. On behalf of the World Complexity Science Academy Journal, my name is Ryan Gautreaux, and I'll see you next time.